Hello, everybody. How's it going? Ben Gothard here with Project Egg. I'm really excited about the new shirt. Y'all, I wanted to film this video because it has occurred to me that not enough people truly know what I've been up to, what I've been doing, right? I know I talk about Project Egg and I put up a lot of different graphics and I'm always updating things. So I wanted to film this video to tell you exactly what's going on, and to ask you to be a part of it, to ask you to join me on my mission. And I want to tell you all about it. So it starts about 2 years ago, actually almost 3 years ago now. July 3rd of 2016, I actually published my first book. It's called CEO at 20, A Little Book for Big Dreams. And after I published that book, I started reaching out to a bunch of different people, started trying to get people to buy the book, get people to support what I was doing there. And I quickly realized that I did not know enough people. I had no idea. And I didn't know nearly enough people. And I wanted to change that because I was an entrepreneur, I was a business owner, and I recognized the value of building a network, building a group of people, a tribe of people. So I started to put together a group. I had this idea. I was going to put together a group called Project Egg, and the EGG stands for Entrepreneurs Gathering for Growth. And I was going to put together a group of entrepreneurs. I was going to listen to their problems. I was going to write books to solve them. And that's what it was going to be. And it was cool. I started asking people, hey, do you want to be part of this group? People started saying yes. And it started off as a Facebook group, right? And you can go search on Facebook for Project Egg, and there's the page, the Project Egg Show, and then there's the group Project Egg Entrepreneurs Gathering for Growth. So that's what it started out as originally. But what it turned into was something incredible, because the people that were coming into the group were these incredible people. They were these incredible entrepreneurs, much cooler than I was, much more successful than I was, but they wanted to be part of the group. So what I started doing was I asked them if they would like to share their story. And they said yes. And that started the podcast, right? So it started off as a group of entrepreneurs, Project Egg, Entrepreneurs Gathering for Growth. And then it grew into a podcast. And it just kind of started getting bigger and bigger and better and better. And I've been really lucky to have started to talk to better and better guests. And then it was like, whoa, like some really cool people are getting onto the show. Like there's some people who own companies worth hundreds of millions of dollars who have been guests on the Project Egg Show. And I've been extremely lucky to have been able to talk to these people and to connect with them. And it has been really a learning experience for me, a growing experience, because I'd never done anything like this before. I'd never started a podcast before. And it was just cool. I thought it was so cool. So, now I am 100% focused on Project Egg, right? And I just want to show you, like, what is it? Like, what is the show? What is the podcast? Where can you access it or get to it? And then I want to ask you to be a part of it by leaving some honest feedback on iTunes. So let's jump right into what exactly the show is. And I can show you all the really cool people who have been guests on the show. And then afterwards, again, I want to ask you to leave a review for the show if you feel so inclined. So let's jump right in. I'm going to share my screen now. And let's see. I want to pop up the video right here. Okay. So now we're going to head on over to the website. So this is the Project Egg website here. And I want to make sure that y'all can see this. So here's the logo, Project Egg. The mission of the show is to help people build their business, create their dream life, and to really build a better world together, right? And the way that I want to do that is by, I want to really give you a behind the scenes look, just like I'm saying here, behind the scenes look into the real lives of successful entrepreneurs, and really share with you their stories, because to me, learning how people got to where they are is so much cooler than saying, oh, look at the cool thing that I'm doing now. And I want to hear what people are doing now, but I want to really hear how they got to where they are now, right? So, you scroll down and then there are just a ton of interviews here of extraordinary people. I mean, if you go and take a look at the episodes here, I mean, there are some truly, oh, there's a little bug I need to fix, but there's some truly incredible people doing incredible things here. I mean, for example, Dr. Ricky Heller, her book got picked up and featured by Ellen, and it was featured on Ellen's book club. Jeff Bannock here, he actually is the funnel doc. That's why he has a little lab coat on. But he has built many funnels that have done over $1 million in 1 year, and he actually built a funnel. He just got an award for a funnel that did over $10 million in 1 year. I mean, that's amazing. That's incredible, right? So let's go and actually jump into what one of these will look like. Let's pick I mean, I think they're all good. I'm a little biased. So here, I embed the YouTube video because I like to record all of the interviews. And if some people like to listen to the show, some people like to watch it. So there's the YouTube video here, and then there's also the SoundCloud embed here. That's where I host the show, is actually on SoundCloud, so you can listen to it if you want also. But Swish, he's 21 years old, 3-time TEDx speaker. He's like a LinkedIn youth editor, a UN youth ambassador. I mean, just an incredible individual, right? So, these are the kind of people who their stories need to be told, in my opinion. And to me, the idea of being able to share the stories of these incredible people, that is amazing to me. And that is really like the reason why I'm doing this, and the reason why it's so cool. So let's talk about, so now you kind of see what it is, right? This is the website. But when you put a podcast on SoundCloud, what you can do is you can take that and you can distribute it across different channels, right? So the one that is the biggest is, and let's hop on back here. The one that is the biggest is iTunes, right? So if you go over to iTunes, we can type in the Project Egg Show, and you'll see that we're starting to pick up some traction, but not nearly as much as we need, right? So right now we're at 26 ratings and reviews. We need to get this up to 100 by the end of March. And you can see all of this content here, and what I believe is some of the top content and some of the best content on the podcast store, but it's not getting as much visibility, and not enough people know about it. And truly, in my opinion, that's because I haven't done a good enough job of sharing the show with the world, right? So, I really just want to share it with you and show you, like, this is exactly what I've been doing. I get on a call with these incredible people, and I interview them, and I ask one question. I ask them one question, and then we just talk, and it's a conversation for the rest of the time, right? So I implore you, please head on over here to iTunes, click over here to ratings and reviews, and then go ahead and click write a review right there. That would be incredibly helpful, and also help spread the word and spread the mission, right? And the reason why I want to make this push for 100 reviews by the end of March is because I've been seeing a serious uptick in plays. If we go over here to SoundCloud, we can actually check it out, right? So let's actually look at the stats, right? If we go here on SoundCloud, we see in the past 12 months, we've had a pretty stagnant, about 200 listens, right? But in December, that hopped up to 495. In January, it hopped up to 765. And in February, we're now at about 1,200. And March, and already in March, and what's today? Today's March 8th. So, we have we're on track to definitely beat last month, and I'm very excited to see if we can beat that, right? And you see on the all the way left, you may be saying, why is it orange and gray? When I hover over it, if you see the little dotted line goes all the way to the left, and that tells you how many plays. But the reason why I'm so excited about this is because if you see here this serious uptick right here in plays, we're starting to get some traction, and that is so unbelievably exciting. And if you see how in February, which is last month, we had almost, we had a little bit over 1,100 plays. That's like a fourth of the plays of the entire past 12 months. So there's a serious uptick here, right? So the reason I wanted to really push for these 100 reviews is we're getting a serious uptick in plays. We're getting a lot more traction. And what I would really, really like to do is couple that with some genuine feedback and to get some people who actually listen to the show and tell me what you think, because it's starting to get traction and more people are starting to listen to it. And if you see here, we scroll down and we see the apps of where a lot of the plays are coming from. This Apple Core Media iPhone, this is the podcast app on your iPhone, right? So you know how you have your iPhone, there's a little podcast app. Well, that's where we're getting most of our plays. And if we can bump up those reviews to about 100, 100's a sweet spot, right? We can get to 100, we can add some serious credibility to the show. We can add some serious credibility to the show. So that's really why I want to push so hard for these 100 reviews. And I know we can do it. And it only takes about 60 seconds, right? You literally just have to go to iTunes, type in the Project Egg Show on iTunes, bam, there you go. It's right there. Just click write a review. On mobile, you're going to have to scroll down a little bit. Let me just show you. When you go to the podcast section, right, you'll just search and you'll click the show, and then you can scroll down and it'll say right here, write a review, and then you'll be good to go. Ladies and gentlemen, I would be so incredibly appreciative of 60 seconds of your time if you could please leave a review on the show. It would truly mean the world to me. And if you know me, if you really know me, you know that I would literally do anything for anybody at any time. It's how my family is. It's how I am too. You know I would do anything for you guys, and I'm just asking to please support me in this time of getting to those 100 reviews by the end of March. Thank you very much. I love you guys, and I will see y'all very, very soon. Peace.